win for the week is being able to do a sales pitch to a prospect, even though he didn't sign up,
Mm,
because I felt the confidence that rose in me, so to speak.
beautiful.
It was sad. It was a half sad and a whole happy experience for me
The whole gamut.
because because I was able to display and express my greatness at that point. I really felt my competence and my understanding with the subject matter, and it's just sad that despite that he didn't take. But still, I felt so happy, and I felt to be a winner back then.
Perfect. Because that is living in full potential.
Hmm.
Attachment to the outcome,
Hmm.
right? And the next one might be a yes, and another one might come out surprise, as a total surprise, and beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Lori?
Let me unmute myself. I emailed you a few wins. I think probably my biggest win this week was also an internal shift in responding differently to a difficult family member I've been dealing with for a couple of months, and moving from that place of defensiveness into a more compassionate response, and taking some time, and not just having a knee-jerk reaction, but taking some time with it. So that gave me a little more. It gave me more confidence, more trust in my own ability my own respond ability instead of being reactionary. And then probably the other thing I'd want to share with the class is that I officially started my first class with my ministerial program. So it was very exciting on Monday night. So yay!
It is happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
I know, it's incredible. Yeah. It's happening.
Yeah.
One step at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think for me, I don't know, I had an incredibly rich and varied and busy week, but one of the things that happens for us when we're in Arizona often, but we had zero plans of any of this. In the week, I've been back 1 week and 1 day, 2 days, I guess. I got back at midnight on a Tuesday. We've seen my brother twice. We've seen my parents like 4 times. We've seen my niece and her fiance. And we've seen my nephew. We've seen Rob's brother. And yesterday, I got to see my cousin I haven't seen in 7 or 8 years, and his daughter. It's like they all sort of gather here. So it's been really rich family-wise. And then today I spent a little bit of time with a friend of mine from like 30 years ago. So really fun and rich. Yeah. Hey, Leila, welcome in.
Hi.
We were just sharing wins and ahas and takeaways from the week. So check in for you.
Hi.
How was your week?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. We'll start with
Me too.
So let's do our opening prayer. Really calling our container, setting our intention for the next hour and a half or so. So whatever the day brought, whatever was on your mind or on your heart, we just set it aside for the moment and bring our full awareness right here and right now. Feeling that awareness shift from the outer to the inner, from the head down into the body. Feeling your entire system, your physical body, mental, emotional, spiritual body, open and receptive. Open and receptive to the information, bringing a beginner's mind. If you've heard stories, hear them with a beginner's mind, feel them fresh. How can you hear them, see them, feel them, take them differently? that will cause you to have an opening, an insight, an aha. So open and receptive, we say we are, and so it is, and so we begin. Alrighty, so this is week number 3, and we were talking about the law of attraction tonight. And in particular, how to put ourselves in harmony with the law of attraction. The law of attraction gets a ton of press from the Abraham Hicks organization and all of that work, from The Secret. Everybody and their brother can talk about the law of attraction, and it's very, very powerful, and most people have a little bit that they could tweak to come in greater harmony with the law of attraction. So we're becoming magnetic to our greater good. And you know, a magnet, things will, boom, they'll come right to you and right to you and right to you. So that's what our focus is for today, week number 3, on the law of attraction. So, does anybody have any questions or comments or anything else you want to put into the circle before we jump right into the videos? All right, we're going to go to Mary. All right, so let's look at this for a minute. Let's unpack it just a little bit, because what we're going to do is actually we're going to go into a reverse engineer, and Mary's going to lead us through that. But before we do that, take a look at what your results are. Like, feel into, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are your results? Are they like fabulous and like I'm nailing it and it's like 100% yes, yes, yes? Or are they down like a 3 and 4? It's like, well, it's hit and miss and I'm not quite getting it. So when we begin to pay attention to what our results are, then we can look backwards and see what our action is or what our action isn't, because action is really the magic. But before the action, we look at our vibration. And before the vibration, we look at the thoughts. So it's very sequential. Again, it's physics, not philosophy or psychology. And so, for example, if I'm getting the result that says things aren't going the way I want, I'm having an issue, I'm having a challenge, and I can look, or I'm not getting my dream, I'm not hitting my sales, I'm not doing the things I want to be doing and moving forward in my dream, look at the action. Because if we don't take action, if we don't be different, we're never going to get what we want. And that being different is about taking different actions. And so we'll talk more about this as we go through the class. But if we're not taking the actions we should take, or we're taking actions we shouldn't take, like if we get the impulse, oh, I need to call that person, or oh, I need to, go to that event, or oh, I need to, if that impulse comes and we don't act on it, it's a very small window for most of us. Then we kind of sit back down and our vibration goes down and we know we didn't do what we could do with what we have. So our vibration lowers. And then our thought goes into the monkey mind, or this is never going to work for me, or why hasn't it happened, and I can't believe it, obviously I'm broken, the leaps that we make in our mind. So all that to say, really look at your current results. And in this very moment, do you see an action that you could take to begin to get different results? If so, feel free to share it. And then beneath the action, can you see where your vibrational alignment, your frequency is not matching that of your dreams? So just to maybe hear from one person, or just a bit, is that making sense? Is that resonating? Or are you confused? Or what have you noticed? What's an action that you could be taking that you're not? This isn't to shame ourselves or be guilty. It's about awareness. Notice what you notice. Anybody Anybody have a share on this one? Yeah, we have.
So, I this stuff, and it's worked for me. And I don't know what I've done lately. Put myself back in the bottom of my loop of knowing how to do this. And so something that I need to do, I keep procrastinating on because I keep telling myself I don't have all the things I need to get it done. So they're going to tell me no. And so I don't want to do this because it's not going to work, or I don't want to, I've talked myself out of it when I know better.
Yep.
And I'm in this hole lately, and I know that I am. And I don't know why I think it's okay here. Because it's not. And yet, I seem to be sitting there. You know, I was just reading in the Heal Your Body book about chills because I'm cold all the time. And it's not cold, but I am. And so it's talking about mental contraction, pulling away and in, desire to treat and tell everyone to leave me alone. And I thought, well, that pretty much fits everything else that I'm feeling right now. So I just need to change my channel.
Exactly.
I'm on the wrong channel.
And if you weren't making yourself wrong about it and just right, I'm just really stuck on this channel. And so I don't want you to answer right now, but what's the payoff for being stuck? What's the payoff for not reaching my dreams? Just curious. And then you can change your channel. And I tell you this all the time, you meaning everybody I talk to. It is like training a toddler. It is like the mastery of diversion and distraction. When we are in that downward spiral and we are caught in a loop, it's the worst, hardest thing we can do to get out of it. But we have to constantly distract our mind with a higher vibration, a higher frequency. Some of these tools here are ways to do that. Other ways to do that are my weekly Wednesday energetic reset. If you don't know about that, that's a bonus to you in Prosperity Plus, and it's a Facebook group. I'll put the link in a little bit later. But it's every Wednesday, and it is a conscious process to reset our energy for exactly what you're talking about in a group, with support, because sometimes it's hard to do by ourselves. Awesome. All right, let's carry on. Thank you for sharing that, Leila. And we hold you as turning that channel today. So as you lean into that story, I know some of you have heard it before, but as you lean into that story, think about the apparent courage it took. Right? The discipline that it took to go stand on a piece of land with a napkin every single day. Do we do that? Not about judgment, just become curious. Do you do that? Do you do that with your dream? Think about putting $15,000 out for plans when you think it's never going to happen. Do we do that? That's a risk, but that's brave thinking and brave action. And every time we do that, and your dream might require you to do a great big thing like that, or it might be those tiny little consistent things. I saw in the chat that Nadia said, same thing, kind of like with Leila. So what are the things, what are the simple little things, and I'm not talking about investing $15,000 you don't have, I'm not talking about that, but what are the things that you can do in 5 minutes every single day to begin to bring yourself into alignment with your dreams? Now, the thing is, and I meant to say this earlier, and Mary said it, but I wanted to repeat it because it's so powerful. We get to make our dream welcome. We don't have to decide how to do it. We don't have to figure out how to do it. We don't make it happen. We feel the energy of that. I have got to make it happen. I have got to struggle and strive, and it may happen someday. Kind of, I want to make it happen. That's not our job. Our job, feel the energy. I want to make it welcome. I want to live into, oh my God, in 3 years from now, I have my dream house. It's built. I have no idea how, but energetically, we open space, we make it welcome by the practice of all these tools we're learning here today. So maybe that helps. But I want to know, what can you do today, every single day, that will begin to put your dream back on the front burner? Take it off the back burner and back on the front burner. What's an idea? Just raise your hand or unmute yourself. What can you do every day in 5 minutes? Lori.
I'll share.
Yeah.
So every day I can give myself a pep talk. I can coach myself by changing those old thoughts, and that's really important. It's just to question, and we've talked about this before, about that curiosity, questioning. It's like, well, is that really true? Just because I have the thought doesn't make it true. So shifting to more positive belief. As I've shared, I'm working on this path of becoming a minister, and I want to also become a really fabulous public speaker. So something I can do each day is polishing my skills. I was laughing with my husband. It's like, I really ought to go take an improv class so I can get a little better at comedy, to include that in my speaking, because that tends to really engage people. And, it's like, oh, that kind of lit me up. Wow. I could be a comedian too, So just, things will pop up in my head, and they might be really great ideas, and it's easy to poo-poo them. But I loved about acting on the impulse, taking some kind of action. So tomorrow I'm going to get online and look at if there are any classes in my area, if there's something I can do. It didn't have to be anything big, but just one little step, one little baby step. How could I cultivate my humor? Which would also bring more lightness into my life. It would help me in a lot of ways besides just becoming a speaker.
Yes.
So that's one example.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. Thanks. Anthony.
Okay, I've just learned of a technique last night, and you mentioned 5 minutes. What can I do in 5 minutes? I've learned of the technique called gratitude alphabet, where you say what you're grateful for with all those 26 letters.
That's
28 if you're Filipino. Yeah, so what am I grateful for? But it starts with letter A. I think it can be done in 5 minutes. So yeah.
And what a powerful practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'll start to do that today.
Awesome. That's great. All right, let's jump back into the videos. The last segment for tonight. All right, baby steps. Make it welcome. Make it happen. But really, even the step before that is getting really, really clear about what would you love. What would you love? What would you love in the area of health, in the area of vocation, the area of relations, and the area of time and money freedom? I promise you, without a doubt, that when you master your own energy system, the world opens up. The world puts people like the mortgage guy in John's life in a random moment. The world brings gifts. The universe steps out and makes many more steps toward us when we are in alignment with that which is greater than us. It's got to be greater than us. It's got to be bigger than what we think we can do. Because if we think we can do it, we're going to stay right here in our own head, and we're going to keep getting exactly what we got. So it's important to align with that dream that's in your heart, that is bigger. And it doesn't have to be like a huge, gigantic. But allow yourself to stretch. Allow yourself to really begin to dream. So let's go ahead and do our tithing, and then we'll open it up for some conversation. So in our tithing today, I invite you to give as the person who's already living your dreams. So we do a little mini time machine, right? We do a little, like right now, here we are, and here's what we're feeling, and here's what we're seeing, and maybe we have some to-do things, and we'll ask about that in a minute. What is your action? But time machine, 1, 2, 3, counterclockwise. Oh, I'm already the one living my dream. Look at all the amazing things. I've got my house built. I've got my business built. I'm doing world travel. I'm a comedic minister. I've got my house rented full time to all these. I've got all this time and money. My health is exquisite. Everything I ever dreamed of already is. From that place, energetically go there. From that place, give your tithes today. You can't get to your dreams. You come from them. So you align with that vibration, that frequency first, and then you come from your dream, and that's what causes manifestation. So from this place of our dream, we give today. And we say our statement with a grateful heart. I give freely and receive abundantly. With a grateful heart, I give freely and receive abundantly. Together, with a grateful heart, I give freely and receive abundantly. So here's the link in the chat, and I'm going to put on a piece of music that applies today. Listen to the words. That is Laurie Sanders and Robert Anderson. They were a duo for many years called Devotion. They have split up now, but they both still sing in the New Thought movement. And it's a song that she wrote. She got a great story about it, but it's one of my favorites. It's not a good video because if you noticed, if you were watching the video, it's not lined up right. It makes me crazy, but it's the only video I have been able to find so far. So anyway, there you have it. All right.
What's the name of the song? Is it just Do What You Can?
Yeah, Do All You Can.
Do All You Can.
Do
That's
All
great.
You Can. Yeah. Yeah. I think I have it as a MP3 too. I could share it that way, but I was looking.
Okay. That'd be great. Yeah.
All right, let me make a note. All right, so what is your action? What is the one thing that you're going to do today, tomorrow, the next day, every single day? We kind of dance around it. Gloria's going to take or look into an improv class. It's wonderful. What else? What are you going to do? Where can you symbolically take that cocktail napkin and go stand on the land? I want to hear one action from everybody. And Gloria, if you have another one, that's cool too. So how about you, Nadia? Are you available to talk?
Sure. I'm thinking about it. What I think I will do is to like write my dream on a piece of paper, take it with me, have it like at works, like in front of me, like put it in areas that I know that I will go, so that I will always see it. So it's a constant reminder that I need to do something.
Beautiful. And not only have it there, Nadia, but read it. Like read it out loud in the mirror in the morning as you're getting ready. And read it when you're at work. And then read it before you go to bed so you hear your voice speaking your dream. And as much as possible, do it present tense. Do it in the future. Do it future present tense. I am so happy and grateful now that I have, now that I do, now that I be. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anthony.
I have been so afraid to take action in about taking Facebook ads and starting using Facebook ads or any other online advertising, paid advertising. Now I promise to at least do something a little bit about it.
So what is the little bit that you might do about it? Like, is it to take an ad, perhaps, or is it to read your vision out loud every day?
Both, actually, both. Okay. To read my vision every day and to take the ad.
Okay, great. Because we want to be very specific when we say, I am going to do this. So when we say, I'm going to do something, that's like, so I'm going to take action on a Facebook ad.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm going to take action on the Facebook ad and to read my vision every day.
Awesome. Great. Leila.
I am going to create my Airbnb ad.
Wonderful. When are you going to do that by?
Sunday night.
Okay.
Well, Friday morning.
By when? Oh, Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Anthony's time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So Anthony will ask you too. You don't have to answer, but for yourself, when are you going to do that by? Right? Who's going to do what by when? So awesome. I can't wait to see the Airbnb ad. And Gloria, do you have another one besides, in addition to looking up improv?
Yeah, you know, I found, and this shows you how much I was working with the vision before. When I did Prosperity Plus One, I had a beautifully crafted vision that I'd written out. Then I just set it aside. So I went back and I looked at it, and a lot of it just didn't really resonate with me anymore. You know, so I'm in the process of going back and revising all that, because I did a lot of work with all that back then. So I'm revising it and trying to like hit the notes, you know, like having the little tuning fork. So it's like, oh yeah, that sparks, you know, I want it to feel exciting, because it's just been kind of, oh yeah, you know, that's all great, but you know, I'm not really that excited about it. Right. Generate some more enthusiasm.
Yes. And that spark is so important. Yeah. So I have a request. And that is, in week number 1, you received a vision card in your materials, and you don't have to actually use that, but I would like you to complete that or It can just be on a Word document or whatever. And I want you to send it to me. So it doesn't have to be pages. You can do pages to get it ready, but then what you could put on a card. I'm so happy and grateful now that, use all 4 segments and send it to me so I can hold it for each of you. It can be a picture, it can be a Word document, it can be a text, it can be an email. It doesn't matter how you get it to me. Nadia, you were unmuted for a minute. Did you have something to add?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Awesome. All right, next week is the 2 laws. So we've got a double reading in the book, same 1 hour video, hour and a half class, the laws of receiving and the laws of increase. So stay in your workbooks, listen to the audios. I will get this video out. I'm going to get this video. I'm actually going to get it out tonight. So I'll send it by email tonight because Terry requested it, so, and she wasn't able to be here tonight. So I'll get that out tonight. And do your action this week with conscious awareness. Like, keep thinking about John and his story. If you feel like, oh, I don't want to do that, think about John. Every single day he went out to that land. Every single day he visioned that house. Every single day we need to nurture our dreams, even as they're beginning to shift. Like Lori said, a few years ago, they're totally different, but cling to them, stay in them, and magic begins to happen. So Leila spoke earlier, and then Nadia even about how do you do it? You just have to do it. It just has to become the priority. You know, it just gets to become the priority. If you really want it, how bad do you want it? Like Mary said to John, I cannot just imagine. Well, how bad do you want it? Well, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to do 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day? And coming into alignment with becoming who you are as you're living the life of your dreams. I'm available to you if you have any questions or comments. You know how to reach me. You've got my email, you've got my phone number, my text message. So now, you all gave me your action. 1 sentence or 2 about your aha, your takeaway for tonight. Nadia.
Mine is that,
My haha is really quick. It's the part that she said, well, how often do you feed a baby?
Right. Once a week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Leila.
mine is that I realized that I got to the 80% of my dream.
Great.
And I stopped.
Catapult. That 80 to 100% is a quantum leap in who we are, in who we become, and in the realization. So you're primed. You're ready. Anthony.
Okay. Mine is I may or may not be able to make it happen, but I can make it welcome.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. And Glory.
Well, Anthony said my sentence. So making sure that I stay in alignment and in the frequency of gratitude and welcoming. That's what an interesting vibration to be in, a welcoming vibration.
Beautiful. Awesome. All right, everybody, have a fabulous, fabulous week. I appreciate you. I love you. I love your dreams, and I can't wait to get even more information about what those dreams are. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Stay alive.
Bye-bye.